Hey Chiefs Kingdom, welcome to Kansas City Chiefs Today. Buckle up as we dive into the wild Patrick Mahomes trade rumors that have the NFL buzzing. Are these reports legit, or just clickbait? We'll break down the source's credibility, Mahomes' massive contract, why a trade is nearly impossible, and which teams could even dream of landing him. Plus, we'll explore how a trade could shake up the entire NFL landscape. Stick around for all the juicy details, and let's get started. Chiefs Kingdom, the NFL world was rocked recently when a report from ESPN hinted at a potential Patrick Mahomes trade. This bombshell sent fans into a frenzy, with social media exploding over the possibility. But let's pump the brakes. How credible is this? ESPN is a reputable source, but rumors like this often stem from speculative analysis rather than hard evidence. The report cited league sources, but lacked concrete details, raising red flags. Could this be a slow news cycle ploy to grab attention? The Chiefs are coming off another strong season, with Mahomes leading them to the playoffs. His chemistry with Andy Reid and the team's core is unmatched. Trading a generational talent like Mahomes seems far-fetched, but the rumor mill loves drama. Let's dig deeper into the context, Mahomes' contract, the Chiefs' cap situation, and the NFL's competitive landscape, to see if this holds water. So, where did this Mahomes trade rumor come from? The ESPN report, authored by a veteran NFL insider, claimed whispers of a trade were circulating. But here's the catch: no named sources, no team confirmations, just vague speculation. In journalism, unnamed sources can signal either insider knowledge or embellishment. Given ESPN's track record, they're not in the business of fabricating stories, but they do thrive on engagement. A Mahomes trade rumor is guaranteed to drive clicks. Posts on X echoed this skepticism, with fans calling it hot air. The Chiefs' recent success, back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, makes a trade seem illogical. Mahomes isn't a disgruntled star, he's the face of the franchise. The rumor might stem from rival teams' wishful thinking or agents stirring the pot. Without hard evidence, this feels more like off-season noise than a legitimate story. Let's look at why a trade is so unlikely. Let's talk numbers. Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year, $450 million extension with the Chiefs in 2020, with $63 million fully guaranteed at signing. His 2025 cap hit is a hefty $60.8 million. Per over the cap, trading him would trigger massive dead cap space, potentially over $100 million, crippling the Chiefs' roster flexibility. Restructuring, as Mahomes did in 2024 to free $21.6 million, is one thing, trading is another. The acquiring team would need to absorb his contract or renegotiate, which Mahomes has no incentive to do. His deal is structured to keep him in Kansas City through at least 2026, with a revisit planned then. The financial logistics are a nightmare. Add in Mahomes' no-trade clause vibes, he's vocal about loving KC, and this rumor starts crumbling. A trade would require an unprecedented package, which we'll explore next. If the Chiefs even entertained trading Mahomes, the asking price would be astronomical. Think multiple first-round picks, likely 3 or 4, plus proven stars and possibly a young quarterback. For context, the Russell Wilson trade in 2022 involved 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and players for a far less accomplished QB. Mahomes, a 3-time Super Bowl MVP, is on another level. The Chiefs would demand a king's ransom to rebuild their roster. For the acquiring team, it's not just draft capital. They'd need cap space to handle Mahomes' $60 million plus annual hit. Few teams could afford this without gutting their core. The Chiefs' leverage is immense. Mahomes is their golden goose, not a distressed asset. Trading him would also disrupt their offensive system, built around his unique skills. Let's see which teams might theoretically have the assets and desperation to try. Could the Atlanta Falcons be a Mahomes destination? They've got cap flexibility, with $30 million projected in 2025, and a need for a franchise QB. Kirk Cousins is solid but aging, and rookie Michael Penix Jr. isn't proven. Mahomes would transform their offense, pairing his deep ball prowess with Kyle Pitts and Drake London. Atlanta's trade assets include high draft picks and young talent like Bijan Robinson. Their offensive scheme, favoring play action, aligns with Mahomes' strengths. But here's the reality. The Falcons are building around Penix, and Cousins' contract complicates cap math. Trading for Mahomes would mean all in for a Super Bowl, but their roster lacks the defensive depth to compete with AFC juggernauts. The likelihood? Slim. Atlanta's front office isn't known for blockbuster moves, and Mahomes' cost is prohibitive. Let's check another team that might dream of Mahomes. The Washington Commanders are another team with cap space, roughly $40 million in 2025, and a QB question mark. Jaden Daniels shows promise, but he's not Mahomes. Washington's roster is young and improving, with Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson Jr. as offensive weapons. They could offer multiple first-round picks and players like Jonathan Allen to sweeten a deal. Mahomes in D.C. would electrify their fanbase and fit Dan Quinn's aggressive play calling. But the Commanders are committed to Daniels, their 2024 draft gem, and trading for Mahomes would stall their rebuild. Their cap space is better spent on depth than one megastar. Plus, Mahomes' contract would eat up future flexibility. The NFL landscape wouldn't shift drastically. Washington isn't a contender yet. This trade is a fantasy. The Commanders are building, not gambling on a $450 million QB. Let's explore the league-wide impact of a Mahomes move. A Mahomes trade would send shockwaves through the NFL. The AFC West, already competitive, would see the Chiefs stumble without their star, giving teams like the Chargers and Raiders a window. The AFC's balance of power would shift. Mahomes joining a team like Atlanta or Washington could elevate them to wild-card status, but not dominance. The Chiefs' dynasty, built on Mahomes' brilliance, would take a hit, potentially ending their three-peat dreams. Rival fans would rejoice, but the NFL's marketability might suffer. Mahomes in KC is a global draw. Salary cap dynamics would also change, as teams chasing Mahomes would sacrifice depth, creating roster imbalances. Super Bowl odds would shift dramatically, with oddsmakers recalibrating for a Mahomes-led contender. But the Chiefs' division and conference are too stacked for one trade to redefine the league entirely. Let's see how KC would fare post-trade. If the Chiefs traded Mahomes, their future would hinge on the trade haul. 3 first-round picks and a star could jumpstart a rebuild, but replacing Mahomes is impossible. Carson Wentz or a rookie QB wouldn't fill his shoes, and Andy Reid's offense would lose its spark. The Chiefs' cap situation, freed from Mahomes' $60 million hit, could attract free agents, but top talent wants a proven QB. Kansas City would likely remain a wild-card contender, thanks to Travis Kelce and a strong O-line, but their Super Bowl window would close. Fan morale would tank. Mahomes is Arrowhead's heart. The front office, led by Brett Veach, excels at drafting, so they'd stay competitive long-term. Still, losing a generational talent would set them back years. Let's look at how an acquiring team's Super Bowl odds would change with Mahomes. If a team like the Falcons or Commanders landed Mahomes, their Super Bowl odds would skyrocket. Mahomes elevates any roster. His 2024 stats, 4,200 yards, 35 TDs, prove he's a game-changer. In Atlanta, he'd mesh with Pitts and London, creating a top 10 offense. Washington's run-heavy scheme would benefit from his playmaking. But neither team has the defensive depth or coaching to maximize Mahomes' impact. The Chiefs' synergy with Reid and Kelce is unmatched. A new team would need time to gel. The NFL's competitive landscape, loaded with QBs like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, means Mahomes alone doesn't guarantee a ring. His new team might reach the playoffs but would face steep odds against AFC powerhouses. The trade's cost, picks, players, cap space, could also hamstring roster building. A Super Bowl run is possible, but not immediate. Let's wrap this up. Chiefs Kingdom, the Patrick Mahomes trade rumors are exciting but unrealistic. His $450 million contract, the Chiefs' cap constraints, and the insane trade package required make this a pipe dream. The ESPN report stirred the pot, but without evidence, it's just noise. Mahomes is the Chiefs' cornerstone, and he's not going anywhere. These rumors might linger, especially if the Chiefs hit a rough patch, but they're more about clicks than reality. Long-term, Mahomes' legacy as a Chief is secure. He's chasing Brady's rings in KC. The NFL landscape thrives on his star power, and a trade would disrupt that. What do you think, Chiefs fans? Would you ever want Mahomes traded, or is he untouchable? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Stay tuned for more Chiefs news on Kansas City Chiefs Today. That's a wrap, Chiefs Kingdom. If you loved this deep dive into the Mahomes trade rumors, smash that like button, subscribe to Kansas City Chiefs Today, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments. Would a Mahomes trade ever make sense? Follow us for more Chiefs news, breakdowns, and hot takes. Let's keep building this community together. See you in the next video.